What's up, everybody? I have been recording my podcast audio when I'm not driving as of lately because the audio is a lot better, but I don't want to get behind, and I'm already one episode behind, so I'm doing this one as I'm driving. Moving on. So here's the thing. My favorite kind of comedy always has to do with insulting somebody. That's just plain and simple what it comes down to. It could be me insulting myself or making fun of somebody else or a situation or an occurrence of some kind. But I think that's the best kind of humor because realistically, when you think about it, when you're talking with your friends and you joke around with them, that's what you're doing. You're not, bashing them with compliments. You're bashing them with insults. But they're the funny kind. They're the kind where it's like you're poking fun of them. And you can only say that because those are the people that you care the most about. And that's a comedy that I like. Here's the problem, though. Whenever you do that kind of comedy in this culture, people always get sensitive. And it might not even be with the person I'm talking to. It might actually be with somebody in the audience. Lately I've been writing a comedy. I've been writing a lot of comedy. And it's just one of the hardest things because essentially I am trying to think with censors on. Meaning, I'm like self-editing to not make somebody offended when I'm trying to freely think. And it's really hard not to offend somebody nowadays in this oversensitive nation, right? That's one of the greatest things about being in the military is that you can joke around with people and you can say literally anything because your job is such a serious thing. Little things like jokes, have no hard impact. But yeah, getting back to my favorite kind of comedy and talking, like some of my favorite comedians are like Ronnie Dangerfield and Don Rickles, right? The Prince of Insults. Also Richard Pryor, he's a great storyteller. Yeah, in my humble opinion, the best kind of laughs, hands down, without a doubt, without a question, are essentially, think about like a roast, but if you're roasting yourself or the others around you, and that is my writing style, essentially. I don't mind making fun of myself, and I'm learning through this crazy nation of sensitive people that the best person that I can really make fun of and go full clip is myself. So I've been doing that a lot lately. But again, coming full circle, it is extremely frustrating to try to write a joke about someone else or someone that I know and something had happened. And I have to change it. I have to change it a little bit, or I have to get rid of it completely. I did a show in Texas a couple weeks ago, and I didn't do this, but the crowd was completely segregated with how they were seated. There was an all-black crowd on the left. In the middle crowd, they were like Hispanic, and on the right, it was all white. And I said these jokes about me living in Russia and stuff, and how there's not black people in Russia. And the black people, they loved it, and it's really, really funny. And the Hispanic people, they kind of laughed. And the white people, it's like they looked like they were half nervous, like they didn't know if I could say anything. Saying there's not black people in a predominantly white country isn't bad. But even talking about it was kind of like a faux pas thing. They're looking at me like, who is this guy that think he has the right to talk about a white country not having black people? Like, it was one of the dumbest things. My point is this. I know more than enough material to where I can reach out and I can make everybody laugh and nobody feel uncomfortable. And I don't think it hits as hard. But I'm really trying my hardest to reach all people. And that comes at the price of having to, again, self-edit, and really make sure that I'm working within the rules of this crazy woke culture. So those are my frustrations. Those are my feelings. And I just had to get it out because I have a brand new hour that I just wrote. Well, I say it's it's finished. I wrote it in Brazil before Christmas. And yeah, basically that's it. So I'm just trying to edit it And as I'm going through the material, I'm realizing, oh, this is offensive. This is offensive. The good thing is when I write stuff, I write more than enough, because instead of trying to come up with new material, okay, I can just delete something completely, or maybe not delete it, kind of like put it like in a reserve file for later, you know, hopefully a better culture one day. And it'll be new, even though I came up with it years ago, right? I got like 12 years of like a digital filing cabinet of all types of jokes, and they're organized. It's great. But anyway, point is that I lived in Russia for a couple years, and I have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stories, right? But if I say anything that offends somebody, I can just use something else, right? But again, it does suck. It does suck to have to change anything instead of just let people understand, hey man, these are just jokes. So I'm really enjoying the new material that I'm saying. I want everybody to enjoy it, and hopefully I can do my ultimate prime favorite stuff in the very near future, which is just making fun of everybody equally. You know, tall, short, fat, skinny, black, white. It doesn't matter. There's a way of complimenting somebody, making fun of them. Or even, I had this joke that I had this dentist that was from South Korea, and he used to make fun of me all the time. But there was this lady that one time said that I shouldn't be allowed to talk about that on stage because I use like a Korean accent to tell the story. And she thought that was inappropriate because I'm not from that country. I shouldn't be able to use that accent. Like, it's getting so crazy. Like, you guys have no idea. So anyway, that's what I'm dealing with, and I'm working to break out of that prison, but also be the champion within it. So you guys have the best day. Hope you enjoy this. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.